Welcome to my live chat, everybody. Hey, what's up, Harry? How you doing, brother? Good, man. Good. It's a little bit past 9 a.m. here. Decided to jump on the treadmill for day one. Oh, this way. Uh, nice. What are you up to today, Harry? Got any plans for the day? Oh man. What do you got going on today, brother? Gonna jump on this treadmill and then make some power pancakes. Nice, very cool. Very cool. Man, school. It's been so long since I've had to do that. Alright, I'm gonna do maybe a little quarter-mile quick walk. Harry, you said you're a runner, right? What's the furthest you ran? Oh, nice. Spring break. Very cool. Oh, man. Getting older. Stretching is vital. What are your plans for break? Nice, 26 miles. Very cool. Those are no joke, bro. Like I said, I used to do ultra marathons and I squeeze in a 26 miler as training, and man, running on road beats you the heck up. I'm sure you'll think of something, maybe running. Alright. Welcome everybody, welcome. I am Marty, or otherwise known as Leo Lion, or the Hiking Lion. That's my trail name at least. I earned that down in Mexico. Y'all got any questions, let me know. Harry's tuned in. Harry's awesome. Welcome to my channel. It's gonna be all things fitness, outdoors, cooking, a little bit of everything. Just moved to the Pacific Northwest. Got a bunch of hiking gear coming in the mail. Moved across the country. Literally left everything in Indiana. Jumped in our Scion XD and drove all the way to the very tip of the Pacific Northwest. So I basically we're rebuilding our lives basically, which is really cool. It was pretty exciting. But that means I can't just take off and go backpacking real quick because I have to buy everything all over again. Nice. 26 miles every day for a year. That's dope, bro. During COVID is when I did the majority of my cycling. I lived in Indianapolis, Indiana, and the Monon Trail, it runs about 40 miles. No, check that. I think it's from downtown, it's about 22 miles. And I would do that every day, up and down, pretty much. So I was squeezing out 30, 40 mile days. I was in really sick shape at the time. shortly after that, I went to the Appalachian Trail for my first fail. But man, yeah, I was busting out marathons and stuff back then. That's good stuff, brother. I just moved to Washington. I found it kind of crazy. There's so many cheap bikes on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace, like Fuji's and Cannondales and like really nice Treks for really cheap. Like it's crazy how cheap they are out here. Back home, they're like $1,000 bikes all day, and you can find like carbon Fuji's out here for like $400 or $500 used. Oh yeah, for sure. So my plan is this weekend. We live really close to Mount Baker, and I'm hoping to get out and actually do some live streaming outside. So hopefully maybe this Saturday I'll be definitely tune in, Harry. I'll be close to Mountain Baker in these little mountain town with the wife and the kid. So, but the plan is hopefully there's cell phone service. Hopefully there's cell phone service. I will definitely go live and take you all on a little adventure in the Pacific Northwest. From everything that I've seen, it's just bonkers out here. It's a little akin to, I did the 100-mile wilderness a couple years ago in Maine. It's like 100 miles of nothing but forest, all Bureau of Land Management. And it's crazy. The views out there are insane, but it's really mossy, really piney, and that's a lot. Nice. Go get it, Harry. Get some. Good talking to you, brother. No, the power bank thing, that's a great idea. I actually just got a EcoFlow Delta 2, came in the mail. Probably do a live unboxing of that just for fun a little bit later. When I did the Appalachian Trail last year, or attempted it, failed it for the second time, I brought two 20,000 milliwatt hour, or milliamp hour, MAH, and that was a little overkill. Nice, cool. Yeah, that was a little overkill, having the two 20,000 milliwatt hours. I found that I wasn't going through them, even though I was spending about 4 or 5 days in the woods straight. I shipped that one of them home, and I kept one 20,000 milliwatt hour power bank. That was enough to power me through about 4 or 5 days before I had to stop in a hostel and recharge. What are you gonna do for your workout, Harry? Oh man. Woo! 37 feels like 37, guys. Also probably because I gained a couple pounds. And by a couple I mean about a lot. Good time to take it back. Day one. Let's do a little jog. Slow jog to start with. So out of shape. Definitely earning this. Try to do a few miles, maybe a 5K. Welcome everybody. Y'all got any questions about hiking, backpacking, 3-time failure, let me know. Melissa, what's going on, Melissa Elson? How's your day going? Awesome, awesome. Thank you for tuning in. We got Harry working out too. Melissa, what are your plans for today? Nice. That's alright. I'm sure something will come up. Where are you from, Melissa? America. Nice. Same here. Going live from Washington State, up in the Pacific Northwest. Thank you. I appreciate it. Slow this down a little bit. It's been about a year since I posted any of my backpacking hikes. Oh man. After coming home from the Appalachian Trail, you just kind of shut down for a little while. I'll tell you what. This is a little thing called post-trail depression. I don't know if it's real. I didn't have this mustache before I went, so that might have something to do with it. Yeah, but I have done a couple trips since. Thank you, Melissa. I appreciate that. Definitely not going to let you down. More content coming. Now that I live out, oh man, it's so beautiful out here next to Mount Baker. I'm going to go live for everybody to see. Thank you so much. Harry, 10K. I found that I always sign up for the longer distance, or at least for ultra marathons. It's like, sure, I might not be able to do a 100-mile marathon, but I'm gonna run 60 miles and do my best. Thank you, Melissa. I really appreciate it. No, yeah, for years I've been going to places like the Grand Canyon and Alaska, and I was like, dang, it's a shame that I'm not saving everything that I'm seeing for myself for the future. So then I got a GoPro and I started posting a couple things. And yeah, I really enjoy talking to the camera, so I appreciate it. Nice. Nice. You know what? I'll do a 10K tomorrow too, Harry. I'm gonna do it. Sometime in the morning, maybe. Or in the afternoon. Thanks, Melissa. Thanks for the sub. I'll see you later. Thank you so much. No, Harry, you've inspired me, brother. Tomorrow I'll do a 10K too. What is that? 6.2 miles or something like that? Sounds pretty good. I'll do a few miles today and then 10K. Harry's doing a 10K. I'm doing a 10K tomorrow. Who else is doing a 10K, guys? Oh no, what I'm saying is I'll probably do a few miles. No, yeah, you're right. I've only gone like 3/4 of a mile. No, I'm gonna stay on here for about 45 minutes. I'm also old, Harry. I have to stretch I'm like a diesel engine, brother. Gotta warm it up slowly. Alright, but you're right. Let's bump it up to a light jog. No, yeah, I'll try to do maybe a 5K today. I have a weight rack downstairs in the garage. I'll go out down there afterwards and do some band-assisted pull-ups. Nice. Yeah, that's good stuff. It's like riding your bike to the gym. I love it. All right, brother. Have fun. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you later, Harry. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Y'all have any questions, let me know. Day one, getting it back. It's actually been working out for a little bit, but it's day one of consistency. All right, we hit 1 mile. Go ahead and I put on a ultra marathon documentary to inspire me to not stop. Hey, Ash McVeigh's here. What's up, Ash McVeigh? Alright, back up to an easy jog. How's your day going, Ash McVeigh? I am trying to unfat myself. What you doing? Nice. Busy days. What do you do, Ash McVeigh? Nice. Do you like it? I am 1.1 miles in. Maybe. Hold on a second. I accidentally hit the incline. I'll probably go 5K and then slow it down. Maybe do some uphill. We'll see. I like to switch it up. Keep the body guessing, you know? They had no clue it was gonna go on a run today. It was like, what, bro? We haven't done this in so long. Nice. I'm glad you like it. Office work. Man, I've been in the service industry for so long. The idea of sitting down in an office, that'd be nice. Right, now we're sweating. Office work. Would you rather work remote or in an office? Lots of meetings. That's pretty cool though. At least it breaks up the day. Maybe, I don't know. Again, being a bartender, we have like a server's front house meeting like once every 6 months and scares the crap out of everybody. No, yeah. Breaking up the monotony of office work has to be important. Man, otherwise you would get cabin fever, I would imagine. I wish I could bartend remotely. No, I'm just kidding. That'd be kind of crazy, though. No, yeah, I can only imagine. Ooh, I'm gonna turn my fan on. Oh, shit. Yes. Well, I think I have one other one right now, at least. I have, I believe it's ultra period Bravo, or ultra dot Bravo, ultra period, on Instagram. And I recently started a new YouTube channel called Adventure Breath. It doesn't have a lot of, I believe I had posted one video of a road trip / train trip I did with my partner. So Adventure Breath, and then the Adventure Breath podcast. I'm gonna start podcasting a little bit of a forestry application. It's crazy to go backpacking and turn the corner and just see a mile of deforest cut down trees. It's kind of nutty. It's not cool. Where's the next hike gonna be? I think the family and I are going to Mount Baker State Park or National Forest. One of the two. I'm gonna try to get a place to stay up there and do some hiking this Saturday. Do a little bit of hiking up in the Pacific Northwest. So hopefully that all goes through well. We'll see. It's still a little early in the season, so competition for hotels and cabins isn't that stiff yet. How about you, Ash McVeigh? Do you have any future plans? Future trips? What's on your bucket list? What sets your soul on fire? Ooh, Olympia. Very nice. That's definitely going to be on the either later this month, definitely by next month. We're going to hit up Olympia. Try to let's shake out the legs here, shake out the old legs. Woo! Alrighty. 1.7 miles. Let's go. Yeah, so I tuned in around 9 a.m. my time today. I'm gonna try to keep it consistent around that time. I might do a daily morning vlog, short workout, breakfast for the family. Everybody loves a nice cooking show. But yes, around the same time tomorrow for day 2 of taking it back. Hands off the donuts. It's the theme of this week. I tend to do pretty well when I live by myself. When I used to live by myself. But I know, right? Man, my fiance feels the same way. And if I see them in the house, bro, I eat them. I'm nice about it. I won't eat most of them, but I can't help myself. Donut holes, muffins. I don't know where this myth of muffins are surprisingly filling came from. Because every time I have a blueberry muffin, I want another blueberry muffin. And that's why we're on the treadmill. What's your favorite kind of donut, Ash McVeigh? Favorite food while camping? Okay. To this day, this one hits the best. Jelly-filled donuts. Interesting. I'm a big fan of the custard-filled donuts. I feel like the custard's a little bit lighter on the sweetness, which is nice because the outside of the donut usually is very sweet. I do love a raspberry-filled donut. That's awesome. Favorite meal while camping. Okay. I like to take my canteen cup, right? Put 16 ounces of water, and then drop some beef jerky in there. Just a few chunks. Put it on my stove, crank the heat up, and the beef jerky will rehydrate as the water's boiling. Then you put your ramen in there, and you let that ramen cook down, cook up, soak up some of those juices, and then you drop some mashed potatoes in there. Instant mashed potatoes create a ramen bomb with rehydrated beef jerky. It's almost like a in the woods beef stroganoff without the creamy sauce. It hits. It goes hard. It definitely goes hard, especially if you've been hiking for a few days. That is by far my favorite meal. Thanks for asking. I might make that later, actually. I might make that for dinner. Woo. Do you have a favorite camping meal last year? Oh no, it's cool. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, guys? Oh man. Yeah. That sounds epic. I know what you're talking about too. So, this past time on the Appalachian Trail, I don't know where I heard the tip, but somebody said get frozen Hot Pockets from the gas station before going into the woods. And they'll be thawed by lunch. And as not good as that sounds, when I popped it open at lunchtime, oh my goodness, one of the best things I've eaten in the woods. And then I tried the same thing with one of those frozen double cheeseburgers. Same thing, goes hard. All right. How far are we? 2 miles, guys. Woo! 2 miles. The baby's still asleep. Life is good. Man, the hardest part about the Appalachian Trail, objectively, is balancing money with time. That's really tough. It's so easy to jump into hostels or into town, and balancing the amount of time you spend in the woods versus on the trail or in town, that's probably the toughest part. Because you know it's going to be hard, so that's not a surprise. It's definitely balancing time with money. That's what I feel like that's probably what ends over half of the Appalachian through trail hikes. Most people run out of money by Damascus, which is like 600 miles in, I believe. Yeah. So, the kid is almost 2, so I'm not gonna lie, I kind of worry about wildlife, seeing a stumbling child, and I don't even want to think about that. But when she gets a little bit older, we're definitely gonna go on a lot of adventures together. It's funny because in a lot of ways, that's probably another really tough thing, is balancing family with a through hike. It's nearly impossible. I think that's why you're seeing a lot more families hiking the trail together. There's a family on trail right now, like, it looked like 8 or 10 people. It was like, obviously 2 adults, and it seriously looked like 5 or 6 kids. Yeah, so I mean, it's just, you know, it takes 6 months. You know, if you're really hustling 5 months, but it's grueling. It's a lot of ups and downs. It just takes a long time. And you want to go slower than faster because you will get injured. Like, the longer you hike in the day, the more your abs can't take the weight and your legs kind of turn into jelly. And it just feels like you just don't have a sturdy, you know, set of legs under you. And I find that it's super easy to twist your ankles, knock your knee, you know, tweak your back when you're at that state. And so early on, a lot of people figure out that they can't go more than 5 miles a day, when in their head they thought they were going to do 10, 12 milers. And yeah, so I mean, that's part of balancing time with money, is you have to account that early on you're going to not go as far, so you can't spend money at all. Live in the woods would be my biggest suggestion. Go into town, refill on supplies, and just come right back into the woods. Don't even stop at a hostel for the first 200 miles, would be my suggestion. Maybe one. It also depends what time of year you start. For instance, when I went last year, it was early February, and there was a lot of people on the trail, but it was so cold, bro. Oh my goodness. Every time you had a mountain summit, it was freaking 0-degree windshield straight to the face. So every time you saw a hostel, it was hard not to stop. But like I said, that's probably the hardest part of the whole trail is not stopping at hostels. But yeah, we'll take the baby. This is what post-trail depression looks like, guys. Yeah, we'll take the baby. Yeah, you do. So it's actually a really interesting question. A lot of people I found go to the Appalachian Trail to find almost a family, which is really interesting. There's this worry that people have that I didn't even consider being a issue. People are worried that they're not going to meet friends in the first 100 miles. And it happens often. And you see a lot of people just hiking in the woods by themselves. They look sad, bro. For myself, I'm more of a solo backpacker. And it's not till I came home that I realized how strong the connections I made along the way were. Because I would hike on my own most of the time, but you're in a bubble moving along the forest. So you see the same people, and you share stories, and you drink and you laugh. And yeah, man, you make friends for sure. Closer friends than you would ever imagine. Especially since you're sleeping in the south, in the woods. And there's almost like a sense that you need to stay together to be safe. So you end up forming a tribal type of friendship, which is really cool. Only on blogs. I think I'm gonna switch this to an uphill. Have I seen families doing the AT? So my first attempt was in 2021, and I'm not gonna be able to think of their names. But it was one of the first like big families that hiked it through. I remember seeing them. Actually, now that I take that back, I do remember them passing me in the woods. So yeah, I have seen one family. It was a family, I believe, of 4 kids. It was maybe 3. It was like the oldest one was probably 13. The youngest one was probably 4 or 5. It's nuts, man. It's nuts. That takes a family with a certain type of mentality. Living in the woods is no joke. You are off the grid, straight up vagabonding, essentially. I mean, you have like thousands of dollars worth of gear on you, but you're sleeping in the mud with the bugs, bro. So for a family to have the gung-ho to do that, that's actually kind of crazy. In a good way, I think. Now, I've stepped foot on this CDT. I attempted after my 2022 believe, failure of the Appalachian Trail at 2023, I decided to squeeze out a short hike in Arizona after coming home and having to go back to business. And I did from Arizona to Patagonia. Just a short hike. It was about 60 miles, I believe. 50 miles, something like that. Maybe not even that. So, yeah, I was on the CBT for a little bit, but I've never done the CBT. And to be fair, I've never done the Appalachian Trail all the way either. I've done a 350-mile section, and then a 400-mile section, and then about a 120-mile section on my second attempt. So, yeah, I'm living about an hour and a half away from the Pacific Crest Trail now. So, I've never set foot on it, but that's about to change. Heck yeah. Alright. This treadmill goes up to, I think it's like 15% incline. It's a little wobbly, bro. You can fix that. So we're gonna do 15% incline, 3 miles an hour. How do I get out of through hiking? I think that I chase that feeling that you get like 4 or 5 days in, where you just like, there's no more faking it. You're like immersed in the forest. You're part of it. You know that you're not going home anytime soon. And then another 5 days passes, and you're almost 2 weeks in. You're like, boom, it's real now. Like it's here. There's hundreds of miles behind me, and I am on a foot journey, which limitations are only self-imposed. And I think that's it. It's just like there's a feeling you get that's almost indescribable, even though I'm describing it right now. It's just like this immersion of being in the woods, just like living out of a backpack, being not in the real world. It just completely changes your perspective on living. Falling asleep alone in a shelter, it's scary. You know, I think that releases some type of endorphin that you just can't replicate out in the real world. Hearing a loud twig snap behind you, and all of a sudden you're at lizard brain level 10. It's just something you can't simulate in the real world. The rules are different, and it's really cool. Plus, it's almost like this, obviously, there's the challenge of getting to the end. And I think that's kind of what gets me going back. It's like, I've signed up for about 10 100-mile ultramarathons, failed all of them, but maxed out at 70 miles. So, I guess, yeah, I ran a 70-mile marathon. It's just like that, you know, it's like, these are 2,000-mile trails. How far can you go? That, you know, I think that's the challenge for me. It's almost like a wager with yourself. So many things have to go right for you to go to the end. Money, time, family, and then there's injury. So yeah, I think it's really hard to surmise why you do it. Most expensive part of it. Food would probably be it. A lot of people end up wasting their money at hostels. Like, think about it like this. If you go into town, you have 5 days of food in your backpack, right? 4 days. If you go into town, you can spend $50, get another 4 days of food for the next 4 days, and then eat the food for today. And you've spent a week in the woods on $50. But if you stop at hostel, well, you're gonna spend 10, 15 bucks, 20 bucks on beer. And then you're gonna spend $20, $30 for the stay for one night. Maybe you decide to stay 2 nights. Before you know it, you drop $80, which doesn't seem like a lot, on a hostel and a few beers. But that $80 could have been 2 weeks in the woods. So I think that's probably it, beer and hostels. If you don't drink beer, cookies and hostels. Probably the most expensive part. Because you can get through with food on the cheap. And in theory, you don't have to spend a lot of money on food if you have drop boxes. You can spend the next year buying the food you're gonna hike with and ship it to yourself. A lot of people say you don't do that, but if you practice hiking with the food you're gonna eat and look at food as fuel, you'll be fine. You don't have to spend more than $1,000 on food on the trail. And then staying at hostels becomes the most expensive part. If you want a private room in a hostel, it's going to run you from $50 on the cheap end to $100. I think $25, 20-ish, $25 will get you a bunk a lot of times. So again, a lot of people end up staying 2 nights straight at a hostel. That's $50. $50 ends up being potentially a week of food. So yeah, there's some of the more expensive parts for sure. Gear, oh my goodness. A lot of people spend a lot of money on gear on the trail. Buddy Ray brought an LL Bean hiking pack. That thing tore apart within the first week. He had to drop $250 on a brand new Gregory backpack at a outfitter store in town. So yeah, gear. If your gear isn't squared away, you'll end up buying a lot of stuff to try to make your hike easier. Yeah, so that hostels and gear. Thanks for the question. That was a good one. That brought up some memories. Alrighty. Uphill we go. Yeah, it's funny. A lot of the brands that are so-called outdoor brands, I mean, you walk into an LL Bean store, it's just literally or like a Columbia store. That's what most people picture what outfitters or backpackers would be wearing. Columbia makes good clothing for backpacking. I've never seen any of their packs out there. Yeah, apparently LL Bean is just trash. Or maybe he just had the wrong one, but it looked like a normal like Osprey, only it was LL Bean. The bottom of it literally blew out. That has to be scary. I felt bad for the guy. Literally your whole life and the bottom of your backpack is broken. So my backpack is an REI 55 Flash, or the Flash 55. I bought that one specifically because it's the lightest one that wasn't made out of Dyneema. It's a pretty good one. I really like it. I've hiked, I would say probably 600 miles with it, and it's pretty much in perfect condition. It's showing wear and tear after 600 miles, but it's to be expected. Which in fact, it's right here. Do a little hiking with it. Yeah, so this is a pack with 600 miles on it. Mostly everything's still intact. Most impressed by these water bottle pockets. It allows you to, on the go, just slide your water bottle in, which is really nice. As far as clothing, I've had good luck with Under Armour. Base layers, especially the warm layers. Definitely, as far as the compression goes, your bottoms is worth spending the extra money because they have extra material in all the right places, where budget brands cut back on that material. As far as actual like inside the backpack gear, Big Agnes, all the way as far as the tent. I use the copper spur. The copper spur two-person, I actually found that it's a little too big. I wish I would have gone with the one-person. I feel like it's a lot of extra weight. Also, I found the copper spur two-person was a little too robust for the Appalachian Trail. I saw a lot of people with 3-point tents instead of 4-point tents that did just fine. Sleeping mat, I like Xbed. I think it's like a Swedish company. Xbed, I have really good luck with their sleeping mats. Big Agnes makes good sleeping mats. Dome by Nemo, those things pop. Thermarest pop. Sleeping bag, I like Rab Gear, the Rab bags. About a -10 for like $400, which is really cheap for a legit sleeping bag. And then cooking gear, the cheapest you can find. How do you keep it dry? So, I line the inside of my pack with a trash compactor. Not a contractor, but a compactor bag. They're made out of a really thick plastic. A lot of people use silk nylon, similar like a bag meant for the pack. And so basically a trash bag, essentially inside the pack, and then I'll put my sleeping bag and clothing in a stuff sack. And then I'll put that stuff sack in a second trash bag or compactor bag. And that's how I do it. I found that it's important to layer because an unexpected consequence of hiking in really cold weather is that your warm stuff is gonna sweat or condensate inside of your pack. So, man, oh man. I remember I was in the Smoky Mountains, or in the Smoky National Forest, and it was cold. It was so cold. I'll post videos on it, but I have a couple videos on my channel. Anyways, next level cold, and I pull out my puffy jacket, which is decathlon gear out of France. It's really, really good stuff, budget friendly. And I pull out my puffy, soaking wet. It's probably like 20 degrees outside, icy, and it's just like my puffy soaking wet. I'm like, how? It condensated inside of the pack because I took it off really warm, and it was really cold outside. That was, oh my god, heart-wrenching. So, yeah, I found that double layering your stuff, letting it get to air temperature is really important, or else it will condensate inside of the plastic bag, inside of your backpack. And that shit sucks, bro. Oh my goodness. Yeah, dry stuff at the bottom, and then pack everything else on top. I had really good luck with that. Kiss the idea goodbye of your pack being dry. The outside of your pack will be wet, but the contents at the bottom of your pack, specifically clothing and sleeping gear, should always, in my opinion, be double bagged. Whoever's saying don't bring backpack liners or rain covers, they're just dumb. That's stupid. Absolutely stupid. Always bring a rain cover. For many reasons, specifically, everything's always wet around you. So if you lay your pack down, the outside of it's going to get wet or muddy, and anything that you have on the outside of your pack is then going to get wet or muddy, including anything you're drying on it. Bring a pack cover. Thanks for the question, Ash Bash. Whew. Alright. 3.2 mile. I got my 5K in. Do a little stretching. Do the 37-year-old man stretch. 55 minutes. Heart rate up. Thanks for tuning in, Nash McVeigh. Love you. Subscribe, like, tune in for more adventure. I know this is pretty mid, but this weekend it's gonna be lit. Love you. Bye. Whoop. Let's drop down the incline. Man, I really need to balance this bad boy. It seems stable until you get moving on it. Obviously, the thing, the carpet kind of dips down on this side. Woo. We're level. Alright, let's walk it out for a little bit. About 3.5 miles in. Ugh. Jump over the gate. No more borders. Had to get a little drink. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Hiking Lion. Doing my little morning workout. Day one, morning workout. At least of live streaming. We just got this treadmill worked on. We literally just bought it, and it already needed service. What kind of pre-workout do you guys take? Welcome to Live with the Hiking Lion. Harry was here a little while ago. Harry's off working out. What do you guys think? Light on? Light off? You know what? We're gonna go light off for a little bit. Let's let in a little natural light. Why not? Welcome, guys. If y'all have any questions, just feel free to ask. Live with the Hiking Lion. Day 1 of vlogging my workouts. Failed the Appalachian Trail 3 times. Ask me anything. backpacking outdoors, life. Y'all got any life questions? I'm not the right one to answer, but I'll give you an answer. Politics? No, I'm just kidding. Don't talk about politics. No, I'm just kidding. Of course I'll talk about politics. I love drama. Bump it up to 5.0. About to hit 4 miles. Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty heavy. But pretty good. Okay. Take my stride. What kind of Gatorade do you guys like? Sugar-free or full octane? Do people still drink Gatorade? Or am I just that old? I've heard the original Gatorade formula was potassium, magnesium, salt, sugar, water. And then they changed things up. I believe it has maltodextrin now. By the way, running tip, do not mix real sweeteners with artificial sweeteners. It'll cause bloat. Runner's gut. I have a non-runner's gut right now. See what it looks like in a month or so. Woo! Y'all are live with the hiking lion. Taking it back Thursday, day 1. Anyone tuning in, thank you. Welcome. Tell me what lights your soul on fire. Gotta remember to keep my back straight. Make the Taro Amado way. Gone 4 miles. I want to keep going. I feel pretty good. I haven't ran consistently in a few weeks. So I think I might stop now, stretch, do a little bit of banded assisted pull-ups. Maybe do an Epsom salt bath. Get a little Demoa with it. Because, especially, one of the most haunting things about getting later in your 30s is that the need to stretch becomes more evident, especially after long workouts. So, easing back into taking it back Thursday. So, for day 1, 4 miles, that leaves room for some calisthenics. And then tonight, maybe I can tune in for a little 4 or 5 mile hike. Try to cover close to, let's try to have a 5 mile, 10 mile day. Okay, it's just day 1, and I'm feeling great today. Definitely gonna be sore in a week. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Jog it out for the rest of the time.